Hey YouTube, what's going on? I'm back here for another episode of Yu-Gi-Oh! 101 featuring Sean and Chris. And today we're going to be talking about, well, we fucked up and left out some kind of important information in the first one. So we're going to be talking about that now. So we're just going to go ahead and get started.
Hopefully the camera angle's a ton better than the first episode.
Alright, so the first things we forgot to include were on all the cards there's an attribute at the top right corner. That determines, like for Honest, for instance, you can't use that card unless it's for a light monster, so you kind of guys need to know that. And then another thing, we also did not introduce a type, which is like Fairy, Warrior, and that also helps with consistency in the deck, and like being able to run certain cards only works for Warriors and stuff, so that is kind of an important detail. So we didn't really mention that in the first one, so we thought we'd mention it now. So yeah, that's kind of important. Alright, so in this episode, we are going to talk about the different subtypes of traps and magic cards. Alright, so for magic cards, we have quick plays. There's a little lightning bolt up at the... I don't know if you guys can see that. There's a little lightning bolt. That means that it's a quick play, which allows you to play it. You can play it from the hand during your turn, or you could set it, and then you can play it during your opponent's turn at any time, other than damage. We'll get into the damage stuff later, though. For magic and trap cards, there's also continuous. That one has a little infinity symbol. Open this where the thing is.
You also forgot phases of a turn.
Oh, motherfucker, Chris, you're retarded.
I just thought of this.
Why didn't we write this down?
We
don't prepare well. Alright, that's the only problem. Alright, we're going to cover that too in a minute. Alright, so also for trap cards, there are counter traps. I forgot the word. Counter traps have a little, also kind of look like a lightning bolt. Or like an arrow or something.
Yeah, it's an arrow.
Alright, and that means that you can activate it at any point.
The fastest card in the game.
Yeah, they're the fastest. They can't chain to a counter trap card. You can't chain to a counter trap card. So if they activate it, you kind of have oh fuck it, I give up. So that's
unless you counter trap card another counter trap card. Yeah. If say Solemn Judgment's banned, but when Solemn Judgment was around, if they were to play Solemn Warning on your monster, you can play Judgment. You can
counter trap card.
Solemn Warning is a trap card.
No, counter trap. I don't think so.
I promise you.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Get your Mermail deck. Where's that? We have to settle an argument in the middle of the episode. Here, I'll look through it while you explain.
Fuck off.
Alright, never mind. He's gonna look. I promise.
I don't know, man.
I swear to you.
You can swear whatever you want. Oh, yeah, that's right.
Oh, weird.
Shut up, your cocksucker. Guess what?
So you can...
Argument's invalid because he doesn't have a Batman card and I do.
So anyway, you can counter trap card to another counter trap card. If they play a counter trap card...
We play counter trap card on top of counter trap card, Inception. Keep saying counter traps more.
I meant you can't chain... I was going to say you can't chain a quick play to try to counter it.
No. That wouldn't make any sense.
Right. There's different spell speeds.
We're going to cover that way later, probably.
Yeah.
Well,
I guess right now, since we're covering the different types, would be actually a perfect time to cover spell speeds.
No, I don't think that's the right for that.
Alright.
But anyways, so we got quick play magic cards, equip magic. Alright, we didn't cover equip yet. Alright, so for trap cards there are continuous, counter, and regular trap cards. And Chris is gonna hurry up and try to find one really fast.
Oh, I'm trying to find a field spell card.
Oh yeah, we didn't get good today. Jesus, that took way too long. Alright. So for trap cards, we got counter, continuous, and regular trap cards. For magic cards, there's a couple more. We got continuous. We got quick play. We've covered both of those. We also have equip cards. These cards.
Regular.
We already covered that before. Memorization.
Okay.
So there's equip cards. These equip cards you can play. They have a little...
A plus sign?
I don't know what the fuck it is. It's the equip symbol. That's all I know about it. It's not a... It's weird.
It's like a cross, kind of.
So is it, so that's not fair.
That's true.
Alright, so... equip spells you equip to a monster, and most of them usually give attack bonuses or make them unaffected by other cards, or they can't be destroyed by battle. And so those aren't really used right now. But they're cool and they're nice to have. And then the last one is field spells. These, they affect the entire game. Like, you play it, and this one, only affects you, or, if your opponent's playing, no, it doesn't matter if your opponent's playing spells. But, like, the old ones, like Sogan and Mountain, they give bonuses for each monster type, or, like, Yami.
Yeah.
Like, they affect the attribute, which we were telling you about earlier.
Oh, like, Vampire Kingdom coming out. That's a really recent card. If you guys are getting into the game now, you'll probably see a lot of a field spell called Vampire Kingdom. It gives attack to every zombie monster in the field. So if your opponent has Vampire Kingdom on the field and you have a zombie monster, your monster will still get boosted from his field spell.
Yeah,
card.
that's a good example of how field spells affect like the entire
field.
Yeah, the entire field. Both players get affected by a field spell card.
Unless it's
especially
tower.
Like fucking Black Garden. That's stupid.
Fucking Black Garden.
If you ever duel me on Duel Network, you fucking use Black Garden. I'm quitting, and I don't care because I play for keeps.
I will find you.
I will find you. And I will Liam Neeson your ass. All right, so now we're past Magic and Trap cards. You can have that back, so you don't fuck up your deck.
Thank you. I need that.
Yeah, and so now we're gonna get into a special like monster specific like cards. These are called hand traps. These are cards that you can activate from your hand, mostly during either player's turn, which, kind of stun your opponent, catch them off guard, and,
It's
swing
cards
momentum. They like swing momentum.
Yeah, it's cards that good players actually have to try to play around. It's like, oh, okay, I'm gonna go for this play. I hope he doesn't have this in his hand.
Yeah, like you can't play around Honest cards. Fucking retarded.
Honest is fucking busted.
All right, so
probably
for example,
the best artwork in the game too.
I don't know about that, but it's pretty cool. Honest, this is a cool card. It only works in the light monster attributes. What this card does is during either player's turn during the damage step, you can discard this card when your opponent's monster declares an attack, and your monster gains
whenever
their
anybody
attack.
declares an attack.
Oh yeah, during either player's turn. Yeah, during either player's turn, when a monster declares an attack, you can discard this, target one monster on the field, and then your monster gains the attack of your opponent's monster that you choose. So say like they have Blue Eyes White Dragon, your monster gains 3,000 attack, and it's really annoying. This card just changes the games and wins games all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Then another big one, you got Gores. This card, when your opponent's monster declares a direct attack and you have no cards on the field at all, you can special summon him. You also get a token, and that token gains the attack of whatever monster, whatever damage you took.
Tokens we'll get into later. They're kind of a big deal now in the current format because Draco and whatnot. Scapegoat. But we'll get into tokens a little later. They're not really that hard to learn.
And we got a couple more examples like Maxi and Valor. These are just really good cards right now. That like Maxi just allows you to keep advantage when your opponent tries to outplus you or just beat you with card advantage. And then Valor, that card just stops effects. And we'll go over pluses and minuses and like card advantage probably in the next video. That's probably my favorite part of the game.
Yeah.
Like that's
probably one of the most important too. To be honest.
I think good players care more about card advantage than any other stat in the game or anything like that.
And depending on the format with Valor and Maxi, like one could be better than other format. Like last format, Maxi was probably MVP because Dragon Rollers and whatnot. Yeah. In this format, it's probably Valor because of Fire Fists and.
Marmouse doesn't really affect that much. I mean, it's okay. I mean, it's good. I think Maxi's better still, maybe right now, but.
They're both still pretty good.
Yeah, like
because Valor can also be turned into an offensive weapon, which we didn't cover tuners.
Yeah, no, I didn't think about that yet, but because we didn't really go into synchros, we just showed each card type. Yeah, we're gonna get into tuners later. That's a really big part of the game right now because they're trying to bring back synchro monsters, and you need tuners for synchros.
We'll get into special summoning from the extra deck later, like the XC's summon. We didn't go into that either.
We're gonna go into that probably in the next video too. So. Like, Maxi and Valor are really good right now. Most players are, like, maining 2 of each or maybe even 3 of each. And so that's, like, hand traps are probably, like, the biggest part of the game right now.
Complete game changers.
Yeah, like, they're just so good. And so, that's really all we were going to cover in this one, I think. I'm trying to think.
I'm pretty sure that's it as well. I mean, next episode, we're gonna start helping you guys prepare your deck.
Yep, we're going to talk about, cool, like, archetypes that, are good, that, like, maybe some people want to try out.
We'll teach you what archetype means.
Yeah, we'll teach you what archetype. That's probably the first good thing to do. And we'll also teach you. We'll start getting into like the side deck and tuners and synchro monsters and stuff like that.
Yeah, teach you how to make your own basic deck. Like people, when they first get into the game, they make their own customized deck to learn the basics and everything like that, and then they'll go into archetypes to be more competitive.
Yeah, exactly. So, like some people try to make like decks, and they like consistency is a big thing. Like when you have like a bunch of random cards, like if I just took this pile of cards right here and tried to use them, it's probably not going to work that well. Like, so you have to get cards that flow together. Cyber
Dragon and Honest is a pretty good combo, but that's about it.
Raikou too. I'd probably dominate still because I'm a goddamn boss, but it's whatever. We'll get into that later.
We'll get into Sean being good at Yu-Gi-Oh!
So, we're going to talk about how archetypes are really important to the game and how, they can help improve your ability to win and stuff like that. So, alright.
Stay tuned.
Yep.
Follow us on Twitter.
Yep, and subscribe and do all that stuff. It's awesome. Alright, bye guys.
Peace.
Next time on Yu-Gi-Oh! 101. Sean and Chris take you through basic deck building techniques such as archetypes, creating an engine for your deck, and last but not least, boss monsters. So make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and stay tuned next Wednesday for episode 3 of Yu-Gi-Oh! 101.